management of channels in the professional space over the last couple of years feels like it had to have been pretty difficult given the pandemic and everything. Um, Actually, well, let's ask about that for a second. So, like, how have you guys managed through, and how have you historically managed through kind of, too much distribution versus kind of focus, right? Because obviously, if you're only in one retailer, that retailer is going to do very well. The more you spread yourself out, theoretically, the lower the impact, right?
Right. So, like I mentioned earlier, most brands, when they say they're omni-channel, what they're really telling you is that I'm multi-channel and I'm managing channel conflict.
Hmm.
When I walked into Olaplex, it was very clear they didn't use the term omni-channel. They kind of say we are in direct to consumer, we are in pro, and we are in retail. And at that time, retail was really new. They only went into Sephora in 2018. But what was very critical was the understanding that each of the channel kind of feeds off each other. The professional channel is our credibility, our authority built, right? Because when your hairstylist or your dermatologist or your medical professional tells you to do something as a patient, you're not going to second guess them. Maybe today they will because they have this little thing and they can say, "Oh, but this ingredient is X, Y, and Z." But by and large, they listen to their pros. And then retail is where you build brand awareness. As soon as you are at retail, you find that your brand equity grows because more people they hear about you. And in our case, 35% of our customers are actually recommended by the professional to buy at retail. So
Oh
you
wow.
can see the synergy already. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
the direct to consumer is where we gain a lot of consumer insights and we are able to give convenience to our consumers. So when you look at those three channels as synergistic and it feeds off each other and acts as a flywheel for you to really promote the brand, you actually manage it very differently. You don't manage it by saying this channel has to be, subservient to this channel. The only
Mhm.
time I tell my team that if all things being equal and they cannot make a decision which channel to really promote and to really support, the professional channel is the channel that we will never compromise because
Yeah.
that is almost like that is our authority. So I
Yeah.
think by doing all this, what we have found is that even during the worst of times, about 50% of our business is with professional. So when COVID hit, basically 50 of our percent of our business could have been shut down. But
Yep.
because we had DTC and we had retail, and retail had their DTC, we were able to capitalize on that. And we also did one thing that was very natural to us. I mean, I could not have done that, say, in another company. But with Olaplex, I saw the love that the professionals had for the brand. So we actually started an affiliate program. And basically, we told the professionals, look, I know you don't like to sell, but
Yep.
you need to sell because this is your revenue channel, your revenue
Oh, you're
income.
making money right now. Yeah.
And so they could make money, but they needed to trust us because why? They're telling their own customers to come to our website and we have their name, their information, their shipping address, everything. But they trusted us to know that when the market opened up, the first thing we did was we emailed all these people and tell them your stylists are open, they are open for business, go back to them. And
Yep.
this is the reason I think you need to be authentic with your relationship. You cannot say you value them and then the first thing you do is steal their customers.
Yeah, 100%. And, it's really interesting for me so I'm on the board of Nest, right? Which is they do candles and fragrances and business is doing really well. But when I joined in March or February of 2020, right? So I joined right before the pandemic. And then I walked into just an absolute disaster, right? Because like they have real retail distribution. It's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And then I got to watch how it progressed. And the thing that was most interesting for me in terms of their distribution was they have a really big boutiques business, right? Which are a lot like these salons or professionals business. And everybody expected, so you saw all the major retailers sales just tank, and the boutiques were up year over
Mm,
year. Like, what? And it's like they were, even though they couldn't close their shop, they were like, they knew all of their customers by name, so they're like hand delivering product, and they were
wow.
doing all these things to make money and be scrappy and make it work. And we didn't do an affiliate program with them. I mean, they kind of get one anyways, right? But
Yes.
it was fascinating to watch the resiliency of these kind of, mostly solo entrepreneurs in the middle of all that. It was really, really cool.
And I think relationship matters too, right? If you think about it, when you have that client book and you are their hairdresser, you think about it. We tell our hairdressers more than, I mean, for me, I don't have a psychiatrist. So my hairdresser is my default psychiatrist, right? You
Yeah.
tell them everything. And when time becomes tough, it was very clear. They were the first one that a lot of us wanted to help. And so
Yeah.
when we suggested this affiliate program, the clients, not one client that participated in this program asked us, can I get a discount? Nobody. They all wanted to pay full price because they knew a commission of what they bought was going to go to their hairdressers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
to me, I think if you know how to make that connection, that's why I always say hairdressers are not emotionally charged. They are emotionally intelligent. And
Yeah.
that intelligence has served them really, really well.
No, that's awesome. That is such a good idea.